You're letting your environment control you, and it's time to take charge and set the tone. So let's start being a thermostat and make that crucial 1 degree difference starting right now. Hey there, my name is Isai Rodriguez, and this is where we build your leadership skills and your home business profits one actionable tip at a time. So hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and let's get started. All right, so today, hey, I'm super excited to dive into this topic with you. We're going to be talking about something that can totally change your game in direct selling and network marketing, or whatever home business that you're into at the moment. And trust me, this is something you're gonna want to hear this, right? So let's kick things off with a quick story, okay? So let's imagine that you've got a pot of water on the stove, right? It's heating up, it's getting hotter and hotter, but it's just sitting there, right? At 211 degrees. It's just really, really hot water. But then if you bump it up just 1 degree to 212, bam, all of a sudden you've got boiling water. That tiny little difference right there makes all the difference in the world, right? It can create steam, right? And steam creates power. And you create enough steam where you can actually power, and enough steam power, you can move a train, right? And so that's what's called the 1 degree difference, right? And that's exactly kind of like what we're going to be talking about today. Like that's what today's talk is all about. Now, let's talk about thermometers versus thermostats, right? So a thermometer, it just tells you the temperature, right? It's there, it sits, it's passive. It doesn't necessarily change anything, right? But a thermostat, oh, well, that's a whole different story, right? A thermostat sets the temperature. It decides what the environment will be, what it's going to feel like. Is it going to be comfortable? Is it going to be hot? Is it going to be cold, right? And that's exactly what you need to be in your business. You need to be a thermostat in your business. You need to be the person, the device, that controls the temperature of your team. So what is this like? Why does this matter for you? Well, let me see if I can break it down for you in a little bit more easier, more manageable thing. So if you're a thermometer, you're just going with the flow, right? You're reacting to whatever's happening around you. That's the key. You're reacting. This is a reactive state, right? So if your team's energy, if it's low, then you're low, right? If sales are down, you're down, right? You follow? But a thermostat, when you're a thermostat, you're setting the tone. You're creating the energy. You're the one who decides, hey, we're gonna heat things up, right? So let's say that your team's been they've been in a slump. Maybe people are getting discouraged. Maybe it's your job. As a leader, it's your job to turn that around, right? You have to acknowledge these things that may be happening within your team, right? You need to sense these things, and it's up to you to manage that, to take control of your team and the situation, and to control what's going on. It's your job as the leader to bring the positive vibes, right? It's your job as the leader to set clear goals, right? It's your job as the leader to celebrate the small wins, right? It's your job as the leader to be the 1 degree that turns hot water into a powerhouse. I'll let that sink in. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, how do I become a thermostat, right? That's an excellent question if you ask me. So here's some easy steps that you can start with right now. So when you're attempting, or you want to change yourself from a thermostat to a thermometer, from a thermometer to a thermostat, you want to start with a positive attitude. This is huge, right? If you're upbeat, if you're positive, then your team will catch that vibe, right? They'll follow suit. Next, you want to, because energy is contagious, right? So if you're energetic, if you're putting it out there, if you're hyping people up, if you're getting them into what it is they need to get into, then that energy is you're gonna contaminate. It's gonna spread throughout your team, right? The next thing you want to do is you need to set clear goals, right? Like, don't just talk about what you want to achieve, right? You want to write it down, right? You want to make it clear, right? Share it with your team and then take action on those goals, right? Next, you need to encourage and you need to celebrate your team, right? Give shout outs for small wins. Recognize your team's effort, right? Make people feel good about their progress, right? So that that energy is contagious. So if you're spreading that out, then not only is that person that you're feeding that positivity on, is like, not only are they going to catch it, but they're going to spread it as well. And then, it's going to be like a chain reaction, right? The last thing you need to do is you want to stay consistent with these actions that we're talking about. Consistency is key in pretty much anything that you do in business and in life in general, right? So keep that positive energy going as much as you can. Keep the clear directions coming, right? Because again, consistency builds momentum, and momentum is magic. It builds success, right? It helps you crush your goals. It helps, it helps you smash through obstacles when you encounter them, right? So consistency is super, super, super important, right? And for all you coffee lovers out there, you want your business to be like this coffee, right? You want, like, your business needs that heat to stay strong and vibrant, right? And that heat comes from you, the leader, right? Remember, it's not the huge changes that make that difference. It's about that 1 degree difference consistently over time, right? So the next time that you're feeling like, things are just not moving in the direction that you want them, then think about the pot of water on the stove, right? Be that thermostat, turn up the heat, make that 1 degree difference that turns very, very, very hot water into steam that can, that generates the energy that can move a locomotive. All right. So there you have it, my friends. That's my tip for today. I hope you're fired up and ready to take control of your business. Remember, you have the power to change the environment in your business, right? Go out there and be a thermostat. All right. And stay awesome, stay positive, and keep making that, that 1 degree difference for your team each and every day. All right. So if you found this episode helpful, if you found it inspiring, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. And if you have any questions, any tips that you want to talk about, anything like that, feel free to drop them down in the comments below. Also, don't forget to follow the link in the description for access to my free masterclass training, where I'll show you firsthand how to put all these tips into action for yourself today, so that you can start creating some freedom of time in your own world. All right. So until the next time, I want you to stay legendary, my friends, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Take care now. Bye.